Welcome back, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I have the great pleasure to bring on my guy, Kyle Collier, the producer of the program on Sports Radio 810 WHB. And in this video, we are going to react to the Chiefs trading Sky Moore to the San Francisco 49ers for a late-round pick swap. So, Kyle, the Chiefs just traded wide receiver Sky Moore to the San Francisco 49ers for a 6th and 7th round pick swap in 2027. But somehow, some way, Brett Veach just got tradable assets for Sky Moore. And I'm just going to view that as a win. But what are your thoughts on this trade?
Yeah, overall, the way it ended, certainly, I'd give Brett Veach a round of applause. That's a W right there. But overall, I look back and I think about Sky Moore. That's a second round pick that you want to work out. And why I laugh about this is it's hilarious. You were able to get anything for him. A second-round pick who has not shown one shred of evidence that he can play in the NFL. Not one shred. He didn't have a couple of good games his rookie year, not his sophomore year, not last year. Certainly he was injured all year, I'm pretty sure. Didn't have a catch. The fact that you were able to get something for that, that's nuts. So I tip my cap, Brett Veach.
Kyle, we were talking about it before the show. Like, you would be lucky if 2 weeks ago the Chiefs got a bag of Cheetos and like a used car for Sky Moore. And the fact that we were able to turn Sky Moore, who is not going to make this roster whatsoever, into a future pick swap, that is a fantastic thing. And, you know, San Francisco's got a ton of injuries in their wide receiver room. Not really sure if Sky Moore is going to help them at all because, you know, like you said, he had every opportunity to produce in Kansas City, and he didn't do it. Like last year, he had no stats. We, doing this video, had the same stat line as Sky Moore in 2024, and the fact that we were able to turn that into a tangible asset is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely nuts. And frankly, Darcy, we were scheduled to record tonight, you and I wasn't sure what we were talking about. We kind of talked about it before the show, and then bang, this happens. It's nuts. I couldn't believe it. And, you know, I produce a program weekdays 2 to 6 with Soren Petro. We've got a segment with Frank Bowl, the godfather of Kansas City sports. And during that segment, one of the questions our co-host Curtis is going to ask, one of the questions he asked today was, does Sky Moore make the team? If not, does he get traded? And Soren and Frank both emphatically said no, they're not getting anything for him. So maybe it was Sky Moore's punt return, taking it to the house 88 yards. Maybe that's the difference in him just being a roster cut and resulting in a potential draft pick, you know?
It has to just be pure desperation from San Francisco. It just has to. Like, there's no way that you've seen 2 preseason games and 3 years of Sky Moore up until this point, and you thought to yourself, yeah, he's better than anybody we might pick up on roster cutdown day. He's better than anybody else, and we want to give up future draft capital, even though it is just a pick swap, to get this guy on our team. And I don't know what they're drinking out there in San Francisco. I might want some of it. I don't know if this is going to work out for him. I hope it does. But, I mean, Kyle, even if we look back in time, the Chiefs have kind of fleeced the 49ers on a ton of trades in the past. I remember they got, rid of D4 to the Niners, and that worked out really well. And
the Niners had to pay him, and he hardly produced.
Well, and I mean, we even had, I don't know if did they have to trade Joe Montana, or did we just sign him in free agency? Way before my time. But I know that, we have a long history of trading with the 49ers, and the fact that Sky Moore is going to San Francisco and is going to have a chance to make that roster, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I can't believe it. And frankly, I'm happy for him. Everybody you talk to at 810 and, Todd Lebo, Soren himself, Curtis, everybody has great things to say about the guy. He couldn't be a better dude off the field. It's unfortunate it didn't work out here in Kansas City. But for a second-round pick, just one of the most puzzling things I've ever seen. Number one, I asked myself, why was he rated so high on the Kansas City Chiefs draft board that year? And number two, you mentioned it, he did get opportunities. It's not like he was stuck behind a roster stacked with wide receivers. No, he got plenty of playing time and just couldn't produce. And it seemed like every time the football went his way, something bad happened. And so, frankly, I hope it works out in San Francisco. Maybe the old cliche, a change of scenery. Maybe that's it for Sky Moore. I hope it works, but he's gone. And that's a good sign for the Chiefs. What it tells me is that their wide receiver depth is finally not thin like it's been for the last 2 or 3 years.
When something also that kind of made me feel for him, watching those preseason games, he got a lot of run in that second one, which kind of should have signaled to all of us that they were trying to trade him. Yeah. But you saw him drop a couple balls, and it's just like, this dude is so overcome by just the yips that you almost felt bad for him. Even though, you didn't want him to make the roster, it's almost like, dang, like this guy is so overcome with all the outside noise. It's like affecting his on-field performance, and we can all see it. And that, as a human being, you don't like to see, but I think that, honestly, this trade is probably going to work out very well for the Chiefs and Sky Moore because, let's face it, he was not going to get, very many targets in this offense, and he's going to San Francisco where they've got a ton of injured wide receivers, and if he makes the team, he's going to have a chance to produce. And I want to talk more about some memorable Sky Moore moments, and we'll do that right after this ad break. This video is sponsored by my wonderful friends over at DM Injury Law. Injured in an accident, you could be entitled to significant compensation, but time is critical. Rely on the experienced personal injury attorneys at DM Law, Kansas City and Missouri's top injury law firm. DM Law is a full-service personal injury practice supported by a large team of investigators, case managers, medical records specialists, and more. And best of all, you don't pay unless they win. DM Law operates on a contingency fee basis, so no fees unless they win your case. And they also provide free consultations. So if you've been injured, don't wait. You can contact DM Law today for a free consultation and learn how they can help you pursue the compensation you deserve. Let them handle the fight while you focus on healing. Hurt in a car wreck? Call Mike. Remember, Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement. Thanks to DM Injury Law for sponsoring this video. Huge thanks to the sponsors that have supported this channel all offseason long. Now, Kyle, if you were to go back into the time machine and go over some of the, best Sky Moore moments in Kansas City, give me your top 3. Only 2 come to my mind. Can you name 3?
You're right. He's really only made 2 good plays on the field. Number 1, the Super Bowl catch, and it's more of a mix of him catching that ball. Just how wide open he was. I said the Chiefs are not losing this game. Sky Moore just caught a ball, right? And that's back then when I still had a little bit of hope for the guy. I'm like, oh, he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Let's see what he does with his opportunities next year. Obviously, we know what happens. And then number 2, it's the Cincinnati punt return. And yeah, number 3, I can't come up with it. We both had
those top 2. I don't know what the third one is.
I can't come up with it. Number 3, a great dude in the locker room. That's not good for your second round pick.
Team player. I mean, maybe he had a touchdown in Jacksonville. I mean, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of guys that score touchdowns in the NFL, and so yeah. I mean, there's no way to really put into words how much of a disappointment he was in Kansas City. But honestly, the top 2 plays helped this team win a championship, and so you got to tip your cap to that. But I think that one other thing, and then we'll probably get out of here. I really want to applaud Brett Veach for moving on from Sky Moore, because it would have been incredibly easy to say, you know what, we drafted this guy in the second round, he's going to make this roster, and you're going to like it. And the fact that they kind of admitted defeat, and not only did they admit defeat, but they were able to get an asset for Sky Moore. I mean, I think this is one of the best trades that he's made in a while.
Yeah. It is good to see Brett Veach kind of break out of that mold. Not that he was ever really in it, but that classic stereotype of a GM who as his guy, right? This is my guy. I picked him. I need him to work out, first of all, because number 1, job security is almost everything for those guys. And building a good football grants you a lot of jobs. Building a good football team grants you a lot of job security. Now, Brett Veach, I love it. I really do love it, because it shows that He realizes what he has. Patrick Mahomes is 30. Not that he's old or anything, but he's going to enter the downslope of his athletic prowess. Selfish wants and of your own draft picks, or guys you think, what I'm trying to say is Brett Veach is just kind of lowering the GM ego, right? And just making a team first move, and frankly, player first move. I see it as a win-win for both Brett Veach, the Chiefs, and Sky Moore.
I could not agree more. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Sky Moore just got traded to the San Francisco 49ers for a 2027 pick swap in the draft. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And Kyle, my final question for you is, where can the people find your stuff?
Listen to me on weekdays 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810. I produce the program with Seren Petro. And then find me on Twitter at Kyle Collier _810.
And guys, all that stuff will be available in the description below. Hit that like button, subscribe for more Daily Chiefs content. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs.